I would also say a woman who does chores too is attractive.
Hello, fam. Welcome again. So today on Thrive with the Bomides, we'll just be doing a little bit of, agree or disagree questions.
Yeah, so we're playing a game called Agree or Disagree.
Yeah. Just a couple of questions that are relatable that will just see if our opinions or answers align.
Yeah.
In a way. Okay. So
Are you asking the questions, yeah? Okay.
I'm going to be asking the questions, but we need both of our opinions on it.
Okay,
So
cool,
I'm going to say what I think, then you say what you think.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. So to start with, should couples have joint account, always have joint account and no secret? Always
have a joint account and no secret.
Money.
I disagree with that.
Cha 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 umana clock hits. Clock hits. Clock that tea.
I disagree with that. Because you can have a designated savings pot or something like that, where each partner or each person puts money in for a particular project or target or goal or something like that.
Yeah.
But then you still need money to live your life.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't say it's a secret money.
Yeah.
I would just say you have like money for your own disposable cash, like here and there. You want to hang out with your girls or with your guys.
Exactly.
Have money that you're not accounting to someone about. But like you said, have like a common pot for like family project, family savings, the kids saving, things like that.
Yeah, so I think that's what
I'd say have a joint account, but not always. Still needs your separate account. You can have like one account that is joint, then you have other personal accounts as well.
Yeah, completely.
So moving on, is it okay for one partner to stay at home full time if that works for the family?
Well, if it works for the family, then I agree with that. But that doesn't work for us. So
I'd say I don't think I see that working for me personally, because
from a personal standpoint.
So I totally disagree. In my own perspective, even if you had a lot of money and the family have lots of money, I'd say I still want to work, but it doesn't mean like a fixed kind of contracted work. I'd say something that's quite flexible.
Maybe a business or something like
a
that.
business. Earn my money, and then it could be part-time even, if that would give some form of more time for the kids. So I'd say I disagree with, even if it works for the family, even if we have loads of money, I still definitely want to work, and I like both partners working. So it might just be a matter of reducing hours of work, basically. Yeah.
I agree with you.
Moving on, if one partner wants to relocate to Nigeria and the other doesn't, love will always find a way. Do you agree or disagree?
Love will always find a way, 100%. That is right. We are married, so that isn't really an headache, as it were. But I would say maybe I agree. But it also depends on certain conditions or certain factors. For example, the kids, how do we look after the kids? Because we're a big fan of being there in our kids' life. We want to be there when they are growing up and stuff like that. So there are a couple of factors there. I wouldn't say agree. I wouldn't say disagree. I'll probably just be in between.
Well, I'd say disagree in the matter of, I think the question is talking about relocating, which would imply permanently, not like going back and forth.
I see. Okay.
So we mean relocating. One partner stays in Nigeria, the other partner stays in the UK, in our own case. I'd say I disagree with that. So I'm more agreeable to if you have like back and forth kind of relationship. You have a business in Nigeria, you're going there for like 2 months, you're back in the UK for months, then you go back. I'll be agreeable to that. But totally relocating, it's just not something I would agree to, because I believe both parents needs to be present in the kids' life. And I mean, even if the kids have gone to school or they're no
even for
longer at home,
companionship, somebody to talk to and
exactly.
stuff like
So
that.
it just creates a bit of a gap.
Yeah.
But I understand sometimes when you need to relocate, one person goes first and the other follow. That's like a totally different scenario than you relocating and not seeing yourselves maybe in like months or even over a year. I'd say I disagree to that.
Yeah.
So moving on, a man who does chores is more attractive. Definitely, I agree with that.
A man who does what? Who does chores is more attractive. Of course, yeah. I completely agree to that. And I would also say a woman who does chores too is attractive.
What did he say?
A woman who does chores too is attractive.
So I agree to that.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is because, well, this society has kind of costumed women to do
we were
it.
even talking about this some days ago. We're just having a conversation around societal conditioning and stuff. So you must have even done a video. If you go on our list of video, you probably must have seen us do a video on societal conditioning around,
in terms of roles and
responsibility
in the family. Yes.
And by the way, if you're enjoying this conversation, please don't forget to like, share, provide us your comments, and also, give us your thoughts around what you think about this question.
Yeah, and what works for your family.
Yeah, what works
if you
for your
have
family.
like an alternative like explanation or opinion to what we've said, because we understand that things are different, people are different. Like the level of support people get can make the answers a little bit different from ours,
Yeah.
So we'd like to know,
Yeah, we would like to know. So please give us your comments.
Yes.
Okay.
So moving on, a woman should not be the only one carrying the mental load of the family.
100% agree. 100% agree. Yeah. Just like we've rightly said too in our video, in one of those videos that unfortunately the society has conditioned us to think that women should be the only one to carry the mental load. And if it's, to be honest, we oftentimes realize that yes, women carry a bit of mental load, but I think as a woman as well, it's important you speak up. Let's use ourselves as an example, and now let's make a comment to this as well. There are times that you say to me that you need a bit of help in this. That sometimes I even forget that maybe I've not looked into that and all that.
And I mean, this is a very controversial topic for me because my own standpoint in terms of mental load is that I think a woman shouldn't have to ask times because sometimes asking is just another load to add to what's happening. And that is, I know probably men are kind of wired a bit differently in that aspect, but sometimes it's just exhausting to be asking because you feel like your partner should pick up here and there and just do it. But I think in the beginning of the relationship it's important that as a woman you speak up until your partner automatically gets it, because it's quite difficult to in my own experience, I found it very not so comfortable to always say, okay, we need to do this, we need to do that. And I'm not talking about regular things. When you talk about mental load, are things that you have to put in your head without even saying it. You have to think about what you're cooking tomorrow. You have to think about the kids' appointment, think about loads of things. I feel like initially it might be worth speaking to your partner, but eventually, I mean, if you've been together for many years, I don't think it's quite fair that you have to like speak up about it every time. If that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree with you, and I think in the aspect of mental load, you've rightly said it. It's because the mental load for a family can differ.
Yeah, of course.
Particularly if it has to do with finances. Sometimes the man has to work more jobs. Sometimes. We live in the UK and we know that there are situations whereby men have to do, a couple of 2-3 more jobs to try and fend for the family. And then maybe the wife has to do one more job, one job, and then maybe takes up more responsibility and all that. So oftentimes I think it's just about finding the right balance. And Nick and I, we've talked about a time where men are oftentimes wired to, pursue their career and all that. Yes, we know we've got lovely, fantastic career-driven women and lovely ladies out there. And but at the same time, we know that yes, childbearing can stop people and all that. So all of those things too, add to the mental load. So I'll just say, just like you rightly said, sometimes you have to speak up, and then it's not just for the lady. Yeah, maybe the society have conditioned men to be less concerned, something like that. But at the same time, too, we know men that also take up a lot of mental load as well. So men too should learn to speak up. I think it should be equal. As a woman, you speak up. As a man, if you feel you need help, you should also speak up as well.
Yeah. Okay. So moving on.
Mm-hmm.
Children should not decide whether we relocate or not.
Well, I think agree or disagree. Well, children have a place to decide. They have a room in that course of negotiation. Particularly if they are, for example, our own kids are quite young. Phoebe is 3. No, I was just thinking that she's going to be 4 next year, March. So we're currently in December 2025 shooting this video. So she'll be 4 March 2026. And Joshua is just 1. So if we intend, for example, we want to relocate, we of course have to factor them in. Okay, Phoebe is about to start school. Joshua needs to now embed in certain places. But if they've spent a couple of years in school, we can't just put them. Even just relocating outside of where you live to another area to go and live, So I feel children, form a core part or a key part of relocation. So I agree with that. What do you think?
I agree with that. Children should be put into consideration, but this is about deciding. And I believe when we're talking about children, deciding whether we relocate or not. When we're talking about children, if the children are like, teenagers, definitely.
Oh yeah, sure.
They can they understand the pros and cons. They understand where you try to lay things down, so they can be part of that conversation.
Yeah.
And then you can use their own decision to make up, like you can go with that decision, I'd say. But children who are less, like you said, I would agree that you have to factor them in and all of that. But still, if you feel like it's the best thing for you to relocate for everyone, I think it's still something that they would enjoy. But obviously, factor how that affects them in.
Of course,
So I would say children, if I'm saying children, very small children, I'll say disagree on this. They can't even decide on what to eat.
Yeah, they can, of course.
Not to talk of relocating. But if they're teenagers, obviously. They do understand that.
Don't forget to like, share, and comment on our videos. Thank you very much.
We appreciate that. We really do.
We really do. Yeah, we do.
Moving on. In-laws should never have a say in how we raise our kids.
Should never have a say.
I disagree.
I disagree. Because if it's to say in-laws can't have a say, then I would agree.
Yeah.
Because of course we are Nigerian by background, right? And we know how our parents,
and culture
as well, even the language,
family, instilling kind of cultural habits is quite important to us too. We don't want to dissociate our children from that kind of background, and sometimes we can't provide that. So if the family, but I think it's more about featuring what they pick up from our in-laws and all of that. But I'm definitely up for that, especially like positive things like language, kind of dressing and all of that, and habits, cultural habits that are quite interesting. I'm up for that. Yeah. So I'd say I disagree.
Yeah.
Point blank with that. Yeah.
Yeah, but then we've also got to put, a threshold onto what.
Yeah, like I said, featuring what it is. Long distance marriage can work if both parties are committed.
That's a bit of a gray area. I don't know, maybe to speak from a personal point of view or from...
I think it's not personal because it said it can work if both long distance marriage can work
if both parties are committed. Yes,
yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I'd say I
think the
agree.
commitment level matters. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
if they are
it's just
committed,
like long distance relationship. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if both partners are committed, yes. But personally, I'm not in agreement with that kind of arrangement in my marriage, but it can work. I've seen it work. So yeah, that's good. I agree. A partner can support you, but they cannot heal your trauma.
They cannot heal your trauma. Of course, I agree with that. They can only support you. The process of healing is oftentimes individualized.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get all the therapy. Yeah, and if you're going through trauma, we want to say to you that we understand. You know, we feel your pain.
Yeah.
And hopefully you get the support that you require.
Yeah.
As well.
And I mean, as a mental health nurse, we've seen this happens a lot of times. Like people with trauma and they've got partners that are trying to support them to go through it.
Yeah.
But we often see that they expect the partner to understand and fit into their behaviors following this trauma. I know it can be a very sensitive thing to talk about and it can feel like a journey. But what I used to say is that don't do anything to fit in to the current partner you've got. Make it like a personal journey. Like it's you trying to heal up from what has happened to you. More, not so much of you're doing it for your partner, because we often find out that the partner is not like a permanent thing. The partner could walk away and then you're back to the trauma.
Exactly.
So if you're going through the journey, like talking to someone about it, having therapy, see it as a personal journey of you being healed, and your partner is just there to hold your hands to support you.
Yeah, to support
more
you.
like not like you're doing it for them or you're doing it to fit in as a partner for them. If that makes sense. So I definitely say I agree with that. They're there to support you.
Okay.
But so definitely. So I think this is probably the last
question?
question. Question 10.
Question 10.
Yeah.
Is this the last question now?
Yeah, this is the last question. It's not so much of a difficult question.
It's not too bad.
Not too bad.
Yeah, go for it.
So love is not enough to make marriage work.
Of course, love is not enough.
100%
Completely agree.
Love is not enough, baby. Come to me, Molo.
100% agree with that. We've seen it roll out 1,000 times. People who are definitely in love, but other aspects are lacking. Other aspect of compatibility. Family dynamics. So a lot of things go into marriage, and I wouldn't say everyone has it 100% figured out. But I would say there's some things that are definitely important that you need to choose over the love. Because you often see people are saying we love each other. Nothing else matters. It does matter.
Of course,
it does matter because at the end of the day, whatever you love, whatever your love for this person is, whatever you love most about them could change.
Of course,
so you're gonna have to rely on other aspects to make it work. So I'd say love is not enough.
Love is not enough.
You need to look understanding how compatible you are with this person. And when I'm talking about compatibility, not just physically, it's about biologically as well, in terms of like biologically, I leave it at that. And then emotionally and also personality-wise, that's very important, because if you kind of marry and the same personality, there'll be a lot of crash, and then you find out
there could be,
that the love is not enough to heal those crashes. So you need to make sure that your personality matches and can make compromise, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So that was quite
that was
intense.
It's not too bad, but it's okay.
It's all right.
Okay, well, guys, thank you so much for staying tuned to our channel. If you watched our video up until this time, wow, we are so grateful.
Thank you. We love you.
We love you, and we are so delighted to have you. Well, let's hear your thoughts on this topic, on these questions that we've asked. We want to hear your viewpoints as well.
Yeah, and then we'll be dropping the questions in the comment below, so you can just pick it and have
exactly.
Just have a read to it. We'll drop the questions. So
we'll put it in between the description. Yeah,
in the description.
You'll see it somewhere.
Yeah,
somewhere
so
in our
you
YouTube.
can just have a look at it and just think about it with your partner. You can have discussion about it, because these are things that needs discussing at some point in your relationship, I'd say.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we are in the absence of questions. Well, there's nobody to ask us questions now.
Well, it's not live video, is it? Yeah.
Thank you so much, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your day. We love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.